What happens when you take Kratos, some wacky Japanese developers, and some BDSM and mix it all together? Well, you get Bayonetta. Bayonetta is the epitome of cunty, style, swagger. She's pretty much like a dominatrix off the siren that got like superpowers and just goes ape shit. Like, I don't know, she's a badass character. She's bad. She's a bad bitch. But what is the story about and what is the gameplay like? Well, the story is kind of confusing and it could pretty easily be lost during the playthrough, but I'm going to break it down pretty briefly, like pretty simply, kind of give you the overview. There's two factions, light and dark. The dark is the Umbra Witches and the light is the Lumen Sages. The dark has left eye and the light side has the right eye. These are two like gemstones, and when combined, it grants the person super fucking crazy powers. They pretty much become God. One rule is they're never supposed to have a kid together, like a Lumen Sage and an Umbra Witch. Lo and behold, people get horny, they have a kid. That kid is Bayonetta. She's an outcast. There's a big war. Everybody fucking dies. Everybody just eats shits and dies, except for Bayonetta and this other witch named Jean. Jean attacks Bayonetta and she ends up in the bottom of a lake for 500 years, and she wakes up with no name. Bayonetta is found by Rodin, which is the big black demon, which is the shopkeeper, and he gives her the name Bayonetta because derived from a bayonet, a close quarters combat with a firearm, feminized to Bayonetta. She literally got the name because she uses 4 pistols and literally just beats the shit out of demons and angels. So she wakes up from the bottom of the lake after 500 years. She has no memory. She pretty much has amnesia. Through her search for her past, she ends up in a place called Paradiso. There she finds a girl named Cereza. Cereza looks just like Bayonetta when she was a child. Cereza is a young Bayonetta from the past sent to the future, well, present time, but sent to the future by Bayonetta's father. Bayonetta's father is still alive, and he is pretty much the main villain of the first game. He wants to take, or he has the right eye, and he wants to take the left eye from Bayonetta and use it to pretty much become God. Or he wants to use it to summon Jubileus, the god, the creator, and use like their power. The plot twist is the left eye is not the stone Bayonetta has, it's Bayonetta herself. But throughout the story, you fight Jean, the other witch I mentioned, and you think she's bad, but it turns out she's good. I mean, the whole time you just know she's not fucking bad. You know she's not fucking bad. Even if you're dumb as a fucking rock, you know that, oh yeah, she's not gonna be bad. But it turns out she's under control by Baldur. Like, she's like mind controlled by Baldur. You break the curse, lo and behold, y'all kiss, y'all make up, and you learn that she didn't like attack you. She pretty much saved you by sending you in the lake for 500 years, so that way no angel could find you and like take the left eye. You fight your dad for not giving you child support for 500 years. You kick his ass. You and Jean team up, kick his ass. You literally throw him into a fucking, like, you gotta throw him into the fucking sun. It's pretty cool. That's pretty much the story of Bayonetta 1. There's, more characters. Luca, really fucking Luca, and the sleazy ass salesman, con man. At the beginning, Ezia, no, I don't remember the name. But either way, that's pretty much the story. The gameplay now. These games, the hack and slash series, don't matter about fucking story. It's all about the gameplay, man. The gameplay, the crazy ass combos. So Bayonetta 1 has 5 weapons. The 4 pistols, the shotguns, like gauntlet claws, a whip, and a sword. You can have 2 sets of weapons equipped and 2 weapons in each set. So for a total of 4 weapons you can have equipped. And you can mix and match like shotgun, the pistols, because you have the arm weapons, your hands, and you have your feet weapons. So you can use like the pistols on your feet and a sword in your hands, or like the whip with the claws. You can mix and match. And this allows you to hit some crazy ass combos because you can switch on the fly with no delay by hitting left trigger. And so you can grab somebody with the whip, pull them close, switch to the sword, piece them up with the sword, switch to the shotgun, hit them in the face with the shotty. It's very addictive. It's very an addictive playstyle because when you first start out, you're probably just going to mash the punch button 3 times and get some, not even a combo. But eventually you'll learn, get more weapons, and then you'll be doing some flashy ass shit. And it's just, that's one of the whole appeals of this game is like these type of games, and especially Bayonetta. But Bayonetta delivers in the gameplay department extremely well, in my opinion. It's challenging, but it's not unfair. It's not like Dark Souls fucking hard, but there's points where it's challenging enough where you're like, damn, this is a pretty good fight. But goddamn, the fucking combos are just goddamn so fucking good. But moving on, it's a chapter to chapter type of game, so it's not open world. So that means like you click a chapter, you play through it, you fight a boss, you watch a cutscene, you go to the next chapter. You load into the like the map. It's a very linear game. It's very linear, but like the settings in this game are so fucking epic. And when I say epic, I don't mean like, dude, that's fucking cool, that's epic. I'm talking about like Roman, Odyssey, like the Iliad, like fucking legendary mythic places and shit. Like the beginning of the game, for example, instead of starting off like some fucking stupid ass, like you're stuck in like a walk path and you have to talk to 30 NPCs. You start the game off on a clock tower, falling through the sky, fighting angels. You don't even get to see the controls yet. You're literally just like, here, have at it. Like that's what the game does, is like, here, have at it. One thing about this game is all about the gameplay is it's over the top and it's cunty. Whether it's killing an enemy or posing, one or the other, it's either cunty or over the top, and it's a beautiful combination. You have these scenes where you literally just got done running up the side of a fucking two-headed dragon angel as a panther, and you slice its head off just for it to have like a Looney Tune ass cutscene play. You never know what you're gonna get into after you skip a cutscene in Bayonetta, and that's one of the beauty of it. You never know what the fuck is gonna happen. It's so unpredictable. The gameplay she's so cool, she's so badass. Witch time. Witch time is a very big part of this game. It's pretty much the parry mechanic of this game. You can dodge, but if you dodge right before the attack hits you, you pretty much get slow-mo bullet time, and this allows you to do some crazy damage or crazy combos. You can pretty much take a whole boss life bar away in one witch time if you play it right and do a good combo. So the game rewards you for being a good player and learning the mechanics of the game, and it honestly does punish you for not playing the way you're supposed to, like switching weapons, doing a bunch of combo extensions. Like there's a score meter. If you have a score meter in the game, you better be getting, you know, S tier, platinum, whatever the fucking ranking. This is platinum. But yeah, the gameplay is very fast paced, very in your face. At some points, it literally will just throw a shit ton of enemies at you, and it's fun because not to sound like a psycho, but you get to kill them. Like you get to do some crazy shit. Bayonetta is obviously over-sexualized, and in all honesty, you really don't even think of that after the first 20 minutes. You see her do a pose, and you see her, and you're like, damn, she's fucking bad. She's a bad bitch. Damn. But then you see what she does in the game, and you're like, holy fuck, she's badass. The whole like sexy bimbo, like sexualized part of Bayonetta, in all honesty, or at least for me, kind of just went out the window as soon as you go from being, you're horny for the first 20 minutes, but then you're not horny after that. You're literally like invested in like the fucking gameplay. Like the gameplay is so good, but I'm kind of just rambling. I think the highlight of the game is probably the boss fights, because a lot of the boss fight, there's like damage phases, but the damage phases aren't that big, so you can only get a little bit of damage in between. But you pretty much have to learn which attack you can parry or use witch time on, and once you parry and learn what attacks and when to parry them, it allows you to get a shit ton of damage. And Bayonetta the game was made with replay value in mind. Like this game was made to replay over and over at least. You're meant to play this game at least 2 to 3 times, because once you play it the first time, you unlock hard mode, and like no joke, like for just to put in perspective, the hard mode tutorial, instead of having normal enemies, most of like the hard mode tutorial literally just throws a fuck ton of bosses at you. At one point, a boss then become a mini boss, then like a harder enemy. But it's still like the tutorial literally just throws a shit ton of enemies at you that are all bosses, and they have like this crazy ass combo that can just drain your life. This game punishes you if you don't play good, and I like that. Like this game was made in 2009, so it's a little old, not super old, but it's a little old, and you can kind of tell by the way it worked, like the way the game is. But overall, the gameplay is phenomenal for a hack. Like it's a hack and slash game. You know what you're getting into. But the thing that sets this game apart from others, I feel like, is the main character, Bayonetta. She's just such a treat to watch. Like she's so witty, clever, sexy, but like again, she's just such a badass character. Some of the standout points I wanted to talk about of the game itself, though, is the boss fight. Boss fight's pretty cool. There's a move where the boss makes you into the child version of you. You don't take damage, but you don't know when you're going to transform back to your adult form, and that's when you take damage. So you kind of just have to, like, it's all about reaction. That was pretty cool. It was really weird. That's one thing. It was fucking weird. But another thing is the fucking mission where you're on the missile and you're going through the water, having to dodge over and over and over. That shit made me want to fucking throw up. That shit made me damn near seasick. Like, I don't know what it was, but like just constantly the screen spinning and there's so much shit like you're looking at. That I hated that. That was probably my least favorite mission of all. No, I take that back. My least favorite mission only because I didn't know it was optional, but there's a mission where you have to climb up a wall, and no matter what game it is, I fucking can't stand reappearing, disappearing platform puzzles. Like you got to jump on a spot and then it's only there for a few seconds, but then you got to jump on the next one before that one disappears and yada yada. If anybody knows like Mega Man 2, Flame Man, like that shit, I fucking hate that shit. If you play Destiny, think of Vault of Glass. But yeah, just that whole concept is fucking stupid, and you really got to scale this big ass tower, and it's a very good. You get visual like representation of when it's gonna the platforms are gonna despawn. But I didn't know. I thought you had to go to the very top and shit, but you can pretty much just go halfway, fight a golem, and then just continue. Going to the top was optional, but man, I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know why I just could not do it at first, but like, I just kept fucking falling over and over and over. And like, bro, I was getting so fucking mad. And then I realized that you don't have to, once you fight the golem, you can just go. But yeah, that was fucking stupid. One of my favorite missions was probably Route 66. You're on a motorcycle and you gotta dodge, but like, I don't know, that's just fucking cool. Bayonetta on a motorcycle just worked. Everything about this game is really just a culmination of super flashy, cool combos, a super cunty but likable main character. And like when I say cunty, I just mean like, dude, the way she is just so like, she herself is not a cunt, but like, God, you play the game, you watch the cutscenes, you know what I'm fucking talking about. You can change her outfits. It wouldn't be Bayonetta without multiple outfits, which is pretty cool. You can only do that after you beat the game, which is kind of one of the replay values. But the game itself is 18 chapters, and a chapter only takes you about an hour if you don't have a lot of trouble with it. But if you're stuck on one or if you're having problems, like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, if that. But you can beat the whole game, start to finish, in about 17, 18 hours. I want to say I beat it in like 17 and a half, roughly. I got this game on sale for $4 on the PlayStation Store. Bayonetta 1 is on PlayStation and Xbox, but Bayonetta 2 and 3, for some reason, are on Switch. I'm guessing that shit got swooped up real quick by Nintendo, because you know how they are. But overall, if you can play this game, which I'm sure you can, I would highly recommend it if you just want a game that's just a nice little fun single-player game that's just cool as fuck. But overall, the story is confusing, but the story don't matter. The gameplay, 10 out of 10. It's really fucking fun. It's really enjoyable. It's just a good-ass, badass game. But yeah, if you enjoyed, subscribe, leave a like, all that shit. If you didn't enjoy, subscribe, leave a like. Maybe next video will be better. If not, it is what it is. You know, yeah, I mean. But I hope everybody has a good day. Thanks for watching.